Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. A Nigerian woman disrupts her husband's secret wedding to another woman. This actually happened in Umuahia in Abia State. A Nigerian woman now disrupted a secret wedding that her husband was having to another woman this past weekend on Saturday. It was gathered that the distraught woman, she was so worried, and you could see all over her that she is not just herself. Said that she and her husband got married 17 years ago and that they have 4 children together. That's 3 boys and a girl. She said that she knew about her husband's relationship with the lady for some years now, but she didn't know that they will go to the extent of even getting married. Not until he decided to now tie the knot with her. And what this particular woman did was she stormed into the wedding venue and disrupted the wedding proceedings. She stated that her husband's other woman cannot come and reap where she did not sow. So guys, from the video, you can actually see, I'm going to leave the video behind so that you all can see exactly what really happened at the venue. She stormed into this venue where the wedding, you would see that in that particular venue, that's the reception that was actually happening. You see everybody crowded to start this wedding when she stormed in, and you could see her screaming all over and saying that this is her husband for 14 years and that another woman cannot come and reap where she has not sown. Funny enough, they are married with 4 kids. She even showed her pictures of the traditional wedding and the church wedding they both had together. And she was even screaming at the venue and saying that she knew about this relationship, but she never knew that this lady, knowing that the husband is still married to her, would decide to get married to her own husband, marrying another married man. And so you could see even someone was trying to attack her at that scene in the venue there, and somebody else had to stop her. You shouldn't attack her, you shouldn't insult her, because this person that is married today is already still married. They are still married. It's not like they are divorced or separated. No, they're still married together. You see the pain all over this woman. Guys, what do you all think about something like this? You can see the rage in this woman. You could see her kneeling on the ground and hitting her hand to the ground and saying a whole lot of things. That's a woman that is in pain, a mother and a wife. They are not yet separated, and the husband decided to go and marry somebody else when he's still married, legally married, with 4 kids. He had his traditional marriage and he had a church wedding with the same woman. But looking at it now, this woman storming into that particular venue, was it wrong? And again, why will a lady, a man is married, why would you go ahead to marry a married man? A man who has his own wife and his children, they are still legally married, they are still together. Why do you have to go and stick your neck somewhere you are not meant to be? There's a lot of irony with this whole thing, because the girl has been dating this married man and she knew all along that he was actually married. And he proposed to her, she accepted. He even took her down to his family members and her own family members to carry out the marriage rites, which was even carried out, and even now coming to formally, openly show themselves that they are married and having a reception. Is this not so much of a pain for this particular married woman? And to make matters worse, they have 4 kids together, a marriage of 17 years. They've been living together, not separated. So he kept on going behind her back to see this other lady. But why will another lady take or cause pain for your fellow woman? You know one thing, when some of these ladies do these things to married women, you'll be wondering, what if you are the person in this particular woman's shoes? It's different if they are divorced, not even separated, because once people are separated, they have not filed any divorce. They are still legally married. They may not be living together, but they are separated. Doesn't mean that they are divorced, but except they have come out play with their legal papers telling you that these people have dissolved the marriage. They are no longer together. They are divorced. Then on that ground, you will know that even if a lady decides to go and marry someone who is divorced, you can't hold her or curse her for that because the man is no longer married. But this is a different case. And this lady, you knew all along that this man is married, irrespective of what's happening in the house between him and his wife. But they are still married. That's the bottom line of this whole thing. If you cause another woman pain for no reason in her home, then do you think that you would also be free that this man will not do the same thing to you eventually after you move into the house? And you can see the causes that this woman is laying, hitting her hand on the floor. She went on her knees and laying a curse. You'll just be imagining how she is even feeling, the pain this woman is going through. Okay, right now this man is now get married to another woman. What happened to your other family? What happens to your kids? No feelings for the kids? If some ladies are doing this, think first before you act. Place yourself in this other married woman's shoes. If you were in her shoes, someone else come to snatch your husband away from you, how would you feel? This is really heartbreaking and depressing. You can see this woman is not holding anything back at all for her to come in with pictures to prove that they are still legally married together. And the relationship has been going on for a long time, and unknowingly to her that this would end up even in a marriage. Who knows, maybe she made efforts for the man to call off the relationship and he did not, because she said she knew all along that they have been dating, that this woman snatched her husband away from her knowing that they are still married, and she decided to marry her own husband. Please, if you see this kind of a thing happening to your own sister or your own family member, how are you going to feel? This question will go to this particular lady who is doing this. If you're using an excuse, or if they are trying to use an excuse like, okay, the man is not happy with his wife, they don't have peace, I think that should be their problem. It is not even enough reason for you to be with someone else's husband. That is no justification at all. Even the Bible says, do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. Matthew 7:12. That's exactly what it's saying. So if you wouldn't want to be hurt in this manner, you are causing frustration and pain to a woman who is married with children, and then you want to now live peacefully in the home with the married man, how do you think that will be possible? And is it possible that this other married woman would just fold her arms and watch the other woman take over her husband when they are still together with kids? I think those people that are involved in act like this, women that do these things, snatch people's husband, or even date married men, please think twice. What if it's your own husband and another woman now start even just a relationship alone with your own husband? How would you feel? Not to talk of getting married to your own husband that you are still married to. Always ask yourself questions before you get involved into an act. And sometimes it doesn't even end well for some of these ladies who snatch other people's husband, because in some cases you find out that these same men will do the same thing they did to their previous wives. They may leave that same lady and then start off a relationship, or they may just push her aside. Some of them don't end well at all. Okay, now, for this man, didn't he consider his kids? At least, even if not for anything, consider 4 children, not one, not two, but 4. He didn't even consider his kids, knowing that he's married to this woman, they're still together. Okay, if he knew that he is no longer interested in the marriage, he would have even given this woman and the kids respect by, okay, you don't want her anymore. It's better you had even filed and said, okay, you are divorced, or you people are no longer together. Do you know, it would have been better that they are already divorced and he is doing this. But you still have this woman, you still stay under the same roof with her and the children, and you still had to go and marry someone else. The question goes to this man: what if this is your own daughter? How are you going to feel that someone treats your own daughter in this manner? You don't even have sympathy for your wife who has been with you for 17 years, irrespective of what you people are going through. This is so humiliating. You can imagine how everybody there is looking at her like she's mentally ill. This is the state the man has put her in at the moment. This just happened on Saturday, and it's so heartbreaking that even some people are there trying to attack her. When this woman is coming out with proof, rather than them even listening, they are trying to attack this poor woman who has come to fight for what belongs to her. And she came outside to look like she's lying. You could hear her even yelling and calling that body should see and look at the proof that she actually has. And yes, you can't reap where you have not sown. This woman has been with this man. You wouldn't know what they have gone through for years or what they've achieved together. And then a woman will just come from nowhere to now come and take over what this other woman and the husband has worked or achieved together as a couple. Some men who do these things, if you're not interested in a woman anymore and you've tried, at least try to work things out, except it's not working out and then you decide to divorce, it's a different case. But not when you're still living with the woman together, you guys are still as a couple, as a husband and wife, then you now decide to sneak and go and get married to another woman. But I would ask in this situation, what was his family's take on this? Because for two people to come together and accept marriage, both families must come to agreement, except Nigeria where they decide to elude to somewhere else or decide to abscond and hide and get married somewhere else secretly. But from the look of things, you can see that it's like families came together to have this marriage, the reception that is actually holding. You can see there, it's not like a 1, 2, 3 persons. You see crowd of people in that particular venue. So does it mean that the family of this man accepted that he should marry or approved another marriage, knowing that their son is still legally married with kids to another woman? Or the family of this other girl, is it that they are not aware that he is still a married man with kids, legally married? This is another question you would also ask. Or did the husband tell his people that they are divorced? And did this other lady tell her people that this man is divorced? So what exactly happened amidst both families accepting? Because for them to have gotten married, it obviously means both families have considered to this marriage. For this crowd of people to be there, it's very obvious that it's not family marriage. It's like families have come together. But it's such an unfortunate thing for a man to treat his wife and kids like this. Guys, I'm going to leave the video behind so you could watch and see, and you could see the expressions on this woman's face. You can see that she came out with a proof so that she wouldn't look like someone who is having some mental issues upstairs and coming to say things that are untrue. If you are the kind of person that is involved in an act like this, please desist from it. What you would not want someone to do unto you, please don't do it to that other person. And most times there are consequences for actions like this, especially when you hurt someone who has done nothing wrong and who doesn't deserve it. Consequences for evil actions would always come back, because if someone's hands are clean and you deliberately decide to hurt the person, it's not a good thing at all. Please, people should think. For the men, please try to resolve issues in your marriage. Try as much as you can. Go and see a counselor. Go and see a therapist. Or you go and meet your church leaders. Or you go and meet family members. Try to resolve your issues in your home. And for single ladies, please, this is from married men. Leave other people's husbands alone. There are a lot of young men out there that are looking for single ladies. It's better you be with them and free yourself of causes, or free yourself of a lot of embarrassment and shame. Think before you act, please. Both parties, both men and women, think before you act. Friends, what do you all think about this? This lady storming into this particular reception venue, was it right? And this other single lady married a married man who is already married with kids, is it right? Also for the man himself who has abandoned, is now abandoning his wife and kids and now get another woman, what happens to his children? Is he also right? Please, whatever you think about this particular incident that has happened, please put that down at the comment section below. Alright, I'm going to stop here so you can watch the video and see exactly what really happened. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. God bless you all.
I've been here since monitoring this thing. He can't walk, he can't stand. This is my traditional wedding. This is my wife's wedding. Evidence. Everybody here, you are alive. AIT is watching. I waited 17 years ago. This is my church wedding. So February 14th, 2014, this is my wedding picture. This is my family picture. I have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. Then somebody wants to come and read. They're watching you. Parents are watching you. No, they only have cancer. They're watching people. This is my children. This is my traditional wedding. 2003, 17 years Even hold it. Oh, my husband told me. Even hold the way told me. How would I manipulation? Did that my husband? I don't mind.